Oh boy! Oh boy! It's an RPG! It's RPG Sunday! It's The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. What is it, ladies and gentlemen? It's Blue Fox 22 coming at you with the new rendition, the new edition, the new series of the year, the newest RPG of the year, not counting Fallout. We're talking traditional, JRPG, turn-based, Final Fantasy-like, if you will, RPG of the channel, of the series, The Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky. For our RPG Sundays, LP series. I'm bringing it back, baby. No, I didn't forget about Undertale. I don't consider Fallout to count, because it's an action RPG. Oh yes, we were doing it. Yes, let's jump into it. Now I did fix my stuff up right, before I started all this. So if the music is a little loud, let me know. Or if it's a little too low for you, let me know. But with that said, let's jump right into it. Now, I did start this game a while back, and you know what? For the beginning part, I'm gonna shut up. Enjoy. Now, I will be doing my cheesy voice acting. I will try to do a girl's voice if I have to. If you guys want me to, I will bring in Mandy to do the female voices for Estelle and our female characters that we get in the game. I can't remember if we get any other characters. But anyway, I digress. Daddy's really late. I even got a message from the guild saying he'd be home today, too. And Shira's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of training. I'm so bored! Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. Hey, I'm home! Daddy! Sorry to keep you waiting, Estelle. Did you take good care of the house while I was away? Of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you? Nope. I'm fit as a fiddle. I mean, look at that portrait. That is some awesome art. Look at that. Oh. And that awesome stash, dude. Mustache. Anyway. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present. Really? What kind of present? A new fishing pole, sneakers, some kind of training. Maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty. And jewelry breaks when you go to play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's this big blanket? Is that a person? I mean, a present? Oh, you're a sharp one. Now, why don't you come have a look? It's a boy! What? Well, here you are. Quite a handsome boy, don't you think? What? 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 Why is my present a boy? Don't make such a fuss. Wake him up. Wake him up? You mean he's still alive? Why would he bring a dead body home? Looks kinda dead if you ask me. I've treated his wounds, so he should be in stable condition. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it. Okay. Okay. He sure sleeps soundly. And he's almost like the same age as me. This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it. That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up? Fess up? Yeah? Who's this kid anyway? Why is he hurt? Why did you bring him here to our house? Is he an illegitimate child of something? Did you betray Mommy? Where have you been picking up those kinds of words? No doubt from I could never say her name. Sherazard. No doubt from Sherazard, I assume. Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl's going to get me into trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business, and I don't even know his name. You mean bracer business? Something like that. Oh, look. Huh? He's waking up. Mm-hmm. Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I? So you're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please, try to rest. Why do you have a British accent and your daughter doesn't? What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why? Why didn't you leave me there to die? Why? That's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out that way work for you? Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in? Hey! Ow! You're sure shouting loud for someone who's supposed to be hurt. Running your mouth like that isn't gonna take it any longer for your blood to heal. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright. She's my daughter. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it. Wait a minute. Don't go changing the Oh! Quit yelling! Alright, already. But you jumping on me like that isn't going to make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? Look, jumping on me like that is just going to make things worse. Do I hear Yelling? Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in the house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. You still didn't answer my question as to why you have a British accent and your daughter doesn't. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name. You know, that thing that people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems the logical thing to do is for you to ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine. My name is... It was loud, but it was awesome. That is one of the best intros that I've seen in a long time for a lot of games. And yes, I did you guys a favor. Shut up. Alright. So, I'm pretty sure, unlike other RPGs, you don't get to name your characters. I think there's a way, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I played this, so please forgive me. It's so bright in here. I slept like a rock. That must mean it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if it means Joshua's still in bed. Guess that's a no. Well, I guess I'd better get myself ready then too. So, his name is Joshua, and we've established Estelle. And her dad, I forgot her dad's name already. It's pretty bad. But they are the Bright family. Nice, Joshua. Bravo. Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you. Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are. No, even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What's with that siren song of yours, gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber? What do you mean, woman? We're the same age, and I'm hardly a man. Tisk, tisk, tisk. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something like my loyal follower. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, how unfortunate for you. You could at least try and sound a tiny bit sincere. Really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is is just that if I don't do something that uses my whole body, I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. No girl is going to be impressed with just that. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sport shoes? It's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey, Estelle! Joshua! Morning, morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? It's ready and waiting. Why don't you both of you hurry down before it gets cold? Okay. I'm on my way. By the way, Estelle, why does Dad have a British accent? I don't know. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle? Like people say, kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot. Well, make sure you eat enough. You get enough to eat. And don't forget to pour that energy into your work, too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right. It'll be a review of everything we've learned up until this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore, either. You still lack understanding, Estelle. You can only become a junior bracer in the beginning. Or in other words, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you should work extra hard in your training to become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you, too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of, then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here, you two. And Estelle, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later on today, remember? Huh? What? What test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we fail, we'll be stuck with a ton of extra homework? Crap, totally forgot. Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remembered her saying something like that. Don't sweat it. I'm sure we'll manage something somehow or other. I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain's like a sieve. Papa is sad. How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? Ha! You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear the two of you act so much alike. But whatever. You should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's gonna be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy scary she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Oh, before I forget, it's my turn to cook dinner tonight. Is there anything in particular you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat. How about ruin-style scalloped fish with a balsamic vinaigrette? Vinegar sauce. But what's that? I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skill can handle. Or our stomachs. Oh, right. I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. I'll just have the usual fried fish and omelette. No need for anything fancy, but do try to keep something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick up a copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. They're supposed to be getting in the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the Liberal News from the General Goods Store. Received 500 Mira. Who said that? Anyway. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Sherazade my regards. So for the remainder of the game, I'm going to be calling her Shara, because her name is really hard to say. X is to confirm. Triangle, when we can, is to open our special menu. Circle is to open up the actual menu. I'm actually going to change this. I probably have to change it. Yeah, I'll change it later before I start the game. I'm going to put on walk because that's their run speed is ridiculous sometimes. So I'm going to save it. All right. Always save the game after that long cutscenes and stuff like that. So we have Estelle and we have Joshua. Estelle is technically the main protagonist of the game. Joshua is secondary. Estelle uses staves or staves, whichever you prefer to say. Joshua is our dirk wielder, dagger, knife specialist. Think of him more as an assassin. And I would consider Estelle more of along the lines of a monk, even though she doesn't use her fists. Stats are pretty straightforward. We have strength, defense, attack stat, attack, defense, speed, dexterity, agility, movement, and range. If I can bring the mouse over. That's this over here. HP, EP, CP. We'll get into those EP and CP later. Basic equipment's over here. We have our weapon, we have our body armor, we have our foot gear, we have 2 accessory slots. We'll get into this later over here. And then we have our experience, basically current experience, and when we can get to next, we have our character's name, character portrait model. We have our money over here down at the bottom left, playtime. Oh yeah. Now, in the menu, I do like to use the mouse. It's a little bit easier. You don't have to. You can wholeheartedly just use, you know, your directional buttons. It's easier. We can pick who our equipment wants to be. So in this case, Estelle. You can change everything up if you want to. I don't want to. Orbment. Orbment is basically the magic of the game. You need quartz in order to use the orbment. Orbments are like pocket watches. And you equip quartz into different slots to use different abilities. We'll get into that later. Items. We have weapons, arms, healing items, quartz. We have regular items. And then we get into other things. And then we have books and stuff. That's what the Liberal Kingdom map is for. Tactics. Let's get into that real quick. Tactics. You can control one character. Think of the Tales of series. We can change character position. In this case, Estelle. So we can switch. This is how we switch our party order. We have battle position. So in this case, we have Estelle next to Josh. I'm gonna put Estelle back one, and I'm gonna keep Josh. I like to keep them in the middle. So 2 squares ahead, 2 squares behind. You have to put the damper on getting them, you know, in certain positions, but we'll worry about that later. You can set them up for auto battle, but that's later. We'll talk about that later. But most of the time it is turn-based. But yeah, pretty simple, straightforward. Usually if there's an item that you can interact with, it'll pop up above your character's head. In this case, if I wanted to talk to their dad, I can. Doors auto open if you can go in there. So yeah, the game's pretty straightforward and to the point. Transitions aren't too... What is going on with this camera? Oh, I have to fix that. That's gonna drive me insane. It's the controller acting up. It shouldn't be doing that. And I noticed that the controller's acting up really bad. It shouldn't be off. There we go. Yeah, I have to fix that. So I'll fix it in between episodes, because I'm going to call in an episode here, and then we're going to actually, you know, go into the new town. Because you notice over here in the top right hand corner, it's telling me, oh, you can't switch the camera angle. That's because the controller is acting retarded. I might have to switch to my other controller, and I don't want to. But yeah, so I can interact with my bed. You can rest. Free healing point here for right now. For when you get into the game. It's a good thing. As far as the game is concerned, we are going to take the piss out of it. Well, I'm going to take the piss out, but leave the vinegar, because I'm going to give myself Max Mira. Now, I'm only going to do that now, because the game does get difficult later on, and there are times where you're going to want certain things, and you don't have the Mira to do it, and you're going to have to grind. So, I want to avoid as much grinding as possible. So for right now, you know, good introduction to the game. We'll get into other things in the next episode. I don't want the episodes to be too long. I am shooting after this first initial episode. I am shooting for half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour long videos. We'll see. But yeah, alright. For the initial video for RPG Sundays, I hope you enjoyed the episode. What lies ahead for our two heroes? We'll see. We'll find out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host, BlueFox22, aka Marco Gardner. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I know I don't say it all the time, but I do. Every now and then. It makes me feel weird. As always, stay safe, stay healthy as humanly possible, and above all, stay foxing. I'm going to fix this controller issue. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'll figure out what's wrong. But with that said, I hope you will join me next Sunday for more Tales in the Sky. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!